my channel where global capital meets African opportunities. So today I'm going to talk about where to invest in Ghana real estate right now. So please make sure you subscribe, like, share the channel. All right, so if you're thinking about investing in Ghana real estate right now, let me be very clear. Not all areas will make you money immediately, right? There are some areas where you can invest in and you can see returns right away. Other areas, the returns may be gradually, and other areas, the returns would be in the future. Okay, so some locations, as we know, are already overpriced here in Accra, and others are really about to explode, particularly the emerging markets. But you got to get in early. That's the key thing. The early bird gets the worm, as they say. But in this video, I'm going to be breaking down three things. The exact neighborhoods you want to invest in, where smart investors are putting in their money, and also any strategies that actually generate returns in today's market. Okay? All right, so I am Dr. Hannah Atiasi, and I work with a lot of individuals from the diaspora, international investors, local investors, first-time home buyers, right here in Ghana, and also in other African countries like South Africa, Rwanda, Kenya, and Tanzania as well. So the key thing is I work with individuals who are looking to build wealth through real estate, one house at a time. People are focused on building a legacy, generational wealth through real estate. So if you're serious about investing and not guessing, this is investing strategically, then this video will save you a lot of time and money. So the first thing we want to talk about is why now. Right now, Ghana real estate has been driven by several factors. One of the things is diaspora capital, all right? We're seeing an increasing demand for service departments or gated communities, luxury homes, land banking, retirement type homes, etc. So there is currently a housing deficit in Ghana, which is about 2 million units. So when you talk about supply versus demand, there is a high demand for housing units. So the opportunity is real. Okay, these are the statistics. This is the data we have right now. But location and strategy. Location and strategy. I know we always hear location, location, location. I'm going to say location, location, and strategy. That is what is key for any type of investor today. All right, so the first thing we want to look at is what we call prime areas. Prime areas in Ghana. These are areas that are very close to the airport. They are within proximity to the Accra International Airport. Why is this considered a prime area? This is where you have a lot of the international organizations, the embassies, etc. are in these areas because they have to be within a 3-mile radius of the airport in case of evacuation or anything like that. So these areas are concentrated with international organizations and the embassies. It's pretty much a diplomatic enclave is what we would call it. So we want to look at prime areas. These areas are low risk and they have strong returns. Okay, so you're looking at prime areas like East Legon, for example. It's a strong investment zone, especially closest part to the airport, which is known as the Ambassadorial Enclave. There's a high rental demand there, strong diaspora presence. It's great for Airbnb and service apartments as well. So the best strategy here at East Legon would be to buy apartments or townhomes as well, and you can get short-term rental income or long-term rental income as well. A lot of great schools, great lifestyle amenities within the East Legon area. And of course, airport residential, as we know, is the #1 prime area. Very premium area, very stable, very, very attractive for international clients. You have major restaurants, schools, hospitals, all in the airport residential area. And of course, other lifestyle amenities like gyms, recreational areas, centers, and that sort of thing. Malls, the mall is not far from there. That's the Accra Mall, etc. So close to the airport, of course, high-end tenants, again, people from embassies, international organizations, blue chip companies, international consulting firms, some of the firms in the top 500 Fortune companies, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of corporate demand in that area. And so it's best for investors who are looking for consistent rental income with fairly low risk. Okay. The other location is cantonments. Cantonments. When you think of cantonments, you think embassies. A lot of embassies are located in cantonments. A lot of expats and also a lot of high net worth tenants would be in cantonments as well. So the strategy for cantonments is luxury apartments, luxury townhomes, long-term leases, and also executive rentals as well. So cantonments is really, really known for that. So these areas are safe because these are diplomatic zones. The security level is very high in these areas. They also have like military bases around those areas. Great security. Gated communities as well, 24-hour security service, CCTV cameras, electric wire fencing, around the walls. I mean, it's gated, it's safe, it's secure. Okay, so these areas are safe, but the entry prices are a little bit higher. So your strategy must be income focused. Okay, and that is how you'll make your returns in these areas. And so so those are what we call prime areas, and then we have emerging areas. These are high growth areas. For example, somewhere like Oyarifa, a lot of smart investors are quietly buying in Oyarifa because you will see a lot of capital appreciation in Oyarifa. So you get more affordable homes because Oyarifa could potentially be anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes from Accra, right? And so there's a lot of expanding infrastructure there, and there's a lot of growing residential communities. A lot of gated communities are springing up in the Oyarifa area. I mean, years ago, land prices in Oyarifa were like 40,000 Ghana cedis, which is $3,000 to $4,000. Now they're upwards of 400,000 Ghana cedis, which is about $40,000. So you are really looking at quite a bit of growth in these areas. So the strategy for Oyarifa would be land banking and gated community developments. So if you want to buy land, you can wall it, gate it, hold it for a few years, and then your exit strategy, you could sell it, or you could redevelop it if you want and have gated communities there. So Oyarifa is great. Tema is great. Tema is driven by a lot of industry and logistics because it's close to, of course, the Tema port. So a lot of warehouses there, industrial zones there as well. So Tema is also a great area to buy, hold, or also build developments. There's a lot of port activity there. As I mentioned, industrial workforce, and the rental demand is rising in that area. So affordable housing is great in Tema. Affordable housing is great in Tema. Or rental units for the workers and professionals that are around that area. There's the Tema General Hospital around there. And there are a lot of major manufacturing plants around there as well. So Tema is great for that. Okay? Now let's talk about beyond Accra. Everybody wants to be in Accra. Accra has approximately about 5 million residents. So a lot of people are looking at, beyond Accra. Kumasi, we have quite a number of properties in Kumasi. Kumasi is great. It's Ghana's second largest city. It's growing very fast. There's a strong local economy there. There's an increasing real estate demand as well. And the lower entry cost than, of course, in Accra. So the strategy there would be mid to income developments, student housing. There's Kumasi Tech there, which is a university there as well. There are many other universities in the Kumasi area if you want to do like hostels or student housing. Otherwise, it's great for mid to affordable type housing developments or communities. Okay, another area, Takoradi. Takoradi is great, is driven by oil, the oil find in Takoradi a while ago. So it's driven by oil, gas, and port expansion as well. So I would say that for Takoradi, the goal there is short-term rentals, because you have a lot of maybe even engineers coming in, local or executive management teams coming into a lot of these mining, oil and gas companies. They come, they stay for a period of time. Short-term rentals are really good for that. And then workforce housing. So mid to affordable housing there would be great. You could, as an investor, you buy and you rent it out to the workforce there. So that's great. So these cities are where early investors will see the biggest long-term goals. So if you're an investor and you are in for the long haul, then you want to look at a lot of these emerging markets, areas, the outskirts of Accra and areas beyond Accra as well, as I mentioned. Okay. All right. Now let's look at the most profitable investment. So one of the things is service apartments. Service apartments, because there is such a tourism boom, as you're aware, in Ghana right now, from the year of return. So before the year of return, Ghana was experiencing about 300,000 visitors a year. But after year of return, it's climbed up to 1 million. And even sometimes just for the month of December, you get over 500,000 to 1 million people just in those 30 days. And now per year, we're projected to have at least 2 million visitors this year, 2026. So it's you see that incline of the number of visitors that are coming to Ghana. So service apartments, there's a high return on your investment there, and it's perfect for Airbnb and short stays as well. And then, of course, gated communities. You have people love the security option that sells. Security sells. People love the fact that you can purchase a property. When you travel, you just lock up. It's secure. You have 24/7 security service, and then you travel, you come back, and it's good to go. So the diaspora demand for that is very strong, particularly people who live maybe 6 months in Ghana, 6 months overseas, or however it is, however they spend their time split between different continents. It's very good to know that there are properties in a gated community. And then finally, land banking. Land banking, it's still one of the highest return on investment. It's one of the highest. So to buy, hold in these emerging markets is the best thing. All right, what to avoid? Let me help save you some money, some headaches, some trouble. So you want to avoid buying in oversaturated developments, okay? You want to avoid investing without proper due diligence. I can't emphasize that enough. I'm a big believer of due diligence. Due diligence, did I say due diligence? Okay. We have the whole due diligence framework in place. Maybe another video, I'll talk more about due diligence there. And then make sure you're not just chasing land options without putting in a proper infrastructure in place. Okay, so even if there's projected to have roads coming to the area or some sort of major developments, we want to make sure we pinpoint that and we see what the planning is for that particular area. Okay, and the zoning as well. All these things are important, but they're all part of the due diligence process, okay? Because, just because the land is cheap, it doesn't mean it's registered. It doesn't mean that you've validated the true ownership, etc. So cheap can become very expensive if you are, your whole intention is to cut corners, but we want to plan, we want to strategize, and we want to do our due diligence, okay? So if you're interested or serious about investing in Ghana and want guidance on where to invest, verified properties, structuring your investment, then please feel free to reach out to the eWealth Realty and Consultancy team. We're more than happy to help you invest strategically, not emotionally. All right. So that brings us to the end of the video. If you want to reach out, please check the description box. The various contact details are there, email, phone number, website as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day.